The Logitech MX Mechanical Mini for Mac is Logitech's entry into the world of wireless keyboards for Mac OS and iPad OS. The keys feature Mac-specific labels and the layout will feel comfortable and familiar for Apple users, but there are a couple differences between this keyboard and the Apple Magic Keyboard or a standard Apple laptop keyboard. It offers modern features like multi-device pairing, backlighting, Bluetooth Low Energy, and also compatibility with the Logibolt USB receiver. You can also use the Logi Options Plus app to reprogram what all the function keys do. One of the best features of the MX Mechanical for Mac is how easy it is to change between devices. You can go back and forth between your computer, iPad, iPhone, or even between two Macs, all just by pressing and holding one of the different device pairing buttons for just a second. And you can store up to 3 devices saved to the Bluetooth pairing mode, so it makes it really easy to change between all your different Apple products. If you want to put it into Bluetooth pairing mode, all you have to do is press and hold one of the device pairing buttons for just a second, and then you'll see the lights start to blink slowly, and that'll show you that you're in device pairing mode. The Mechanical Mini for Mac is available only with the brown tactile switches. These are some of the quietest mechanical switches while still offering that mechanical click and the tactile feel as you press the keys down. Here's a sound test of the brown keys compared to the keys on the Logitech MX Keys Mini and also compared to an Apple Magic Keyboard. The Mechanical Mini for Mac is available in both pale gray and space gray, and it's designed to perfectly complement Apple computers, iPads, and other accessories. One of the big differences in this keyboard versus the standard MX Mechanical is you don't get the Logibolt receiver out of the box, even though it is compatible with it. You also get a USB-C to USB-C cable with this keyboard instead of a USB-C to USB-A cable, which honestly is really handy because a lot of Macs only have USB-C ports. Just know that this keyboard only works wirelessly. It doesn't use the USB-C cable to add any sort of wired connection to a computer. The typing experience on the MX Mechanical for Mac is really enjoyable. I like the sound that it makes, and it just has a really accurate tactile feel. I find that I prefer to use it in the angled position, even though you can also lay the keyboard flat. There's 2 feet on the back that go up to give you angled typing. There are a couple things about the typing experience on this keyboard that are a little annoying to me. Namely, I think the spacebar is a little too wide and the command key to the left of the spacebar feels kind of small, so I miss it a lot of times when I'm trying to do shortcuts. I also don't really like the buttons that are to the side of the keyboard. You have your home, end, page up, and page down buttons beside the return key, and usually I expect to find the return key all the way over on the right side of a keyboard. So I wish this keyboard was available without those keys because it would just feel a little bit more familiar to me. Another thing I don't really like about this keyboard is that the device pairing buttons are permanently tied to F1, F2, and F3. So you can't do things like screen brightness up and down using this keyboard unless you use Logi Options Plus to reprogram what other keys do, and then the labels don't match, so that can be a little bit confusing. But overall, this is a really durable, high quality feeling keyboard. It definitely has a premium feel and construction, and it feels really well built and sturdy. You get a battery life of about 15 days with the backlight on, or up to 10 months if you turn the backlight off, and it's rechargeable using USB-C, so it's easy and fast to recharge too. Another thing I don't like about the keys is the arrows are tucked in a way that feels a little out of the ordinary for a Mac user. Usually you look right below the shift key for the arrow buttons, and they're half-size arrow keys on standard Apple keyboards. So having the full-size arrow keys is a little bit confusing to me. But overall, I really enjoy typing on this keyboard, and the MX Mechanical Mini for Mac just has a really high quality feel, both in the construction and in the typing experience. A couple things I do wish were different though is I wish they would go ahead and include the Logibolt receiver so you don't have to buy it separately. I also wish that you could choose between the different switch types like the clicky blue, the linear red, and the tactile brown instead of only offering this keyboard in the tactile brown keys. And last, I do really wish that the spacebar was a little bit smaller and that the command key was a little bit less of a stretch to hit, just in comparison to a standard Mac keyboard. But overall, I really recommend the MX Mechanical Mini for Mac, especially if you're trying to match your Apple accessories perfectly or you want a lighter colored keyboard than the standard MX Mechanical Mini keyboard that only comes in graphite. I have links to buy the MX Mechanical Mini in the description below. Also, be sure to check out my other videos for more in-depth reviews and comparisons between the different Logitech MX products. If you have any questions about the MX Mechanical Mini for Mac, leave a comment down below and I'll do my best to answer it. Also, like this video and subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any upcoming content.